I said in a post I wouldn't make a video this week due to the preparations for the Elden Ring Fight Club stream, which is happening after this video. Yet I felt really dirty of robbing you all of my Saturday content, so I decided to create this video that was on my mind for a while. And this conversation was actually brought up slightly during some discussion with the Veil VR team and other individuals when we were asking the Veil VR team about, well, their games. And the topic was the usage of vest for immersion. Specifically, two types of vests, the Woojer Vest Edge and the bHaptics Tactsuit, which luckily I have both of. Today we're going to discuss the comparisons of these vests, and I'm going to hope this helps you decide on the options of these two, if these two are within your sights. I took the liberty to test these vests in several games as well as knowledge from previous experience to help you decide on what you want to choose. And before we go any further into the video, if you liked the video at any point in time or just found it helpful, be sure to let me know by hitting that like button. And if you aren't subscribed to the channel, please do. I recently just hit 1,500 subscribers, and now my next goal is 2,500. And the giveaway for the 1,500 milestone will be given on stream shortly after the video release from 12 p.m. to 4:30 p.m. CST. If you don't know what kind of content I create content just like this, as well as funny moments, stuff with other content creators, or just me being by my lonesome. You can also follow me on other platforms with the link tree down below. If you want to chat with my fellow souls and I, go to the Soul Chamber, my Discord server, where we talk about a bunch of things, and Elden Ring being the most prevalent as of late. So first off, let's speak about the Woojer Vest Edge and what it entails. If you are a subscriber from my less than 100 sub days, then you'll know that I use this for games both in desktop and VR. This Woojer product has a 360-degree experience with 6 haptic transducers laid in a stereo format, meaning there are 2 on the sides, 2 on the back, and 2 on the front. The Bluetooth is low latency as well, which is really good for those audio files. This vest can even be used outside of home as well, and you can connect them to your headphones, either wired or wireless. And the Woojer site also has a strap version, so it's just a little like belt buckle looking thing that you could wear over your chest instead of having a whole vest. And you can adjust the sensitivity and the volume of the device easily with the physical buttons on the vest itself, which is really nice. The vest weighs 2 kilograms or 4.5 pounds, and it also has a long battery life, at least from a VR standpoint. The life is up to 8 hours, which is really nice, but it also changes depending on the sensitivity you set it to, as you would expect, because it takes more battery life. The comfort isn't too satisfying, at least for a big bulky guy like myself, because I'm actually quite large. I have a large frame. Regardless of using the adjustable straps, I just felt really, I guess, trapped or restricted. But that's, again, from a big bulky person standpoint. I must say though, the connectivity issues are rough if you use a mixer, so fair warning if you have a mixer and you decided to get the Woojer Vest Edge or the Woojer products in general. Enough about the physical presence of the vest. What about in the game? What does it feel like in the game itself? Within all of the games, whether it was Warzone from my pre-VR days to FNAF VR to Onward and Pavlov, the sensations are always the same. The sensations come from the audio of the game and nothing more. You can feel yourself shooting in all points of the haptic feedback, yet you can still get that presence of distance when something happens from afar. For example, in the Pavlov main menu, there are explosive sounds in the background and you can feel that presence from those certain directions, yet it still is hard to pinpoint where those sounds could give that feedback. This also occurs when using firearms. When using said firearms, there is a delay as if the recoil happens after you fire within a few seconds and not soon after like you would an actual firearm. The delay really broke my immersion in terms of firearms, yet I must say it gave me a damn good massage shooting a LMG. When getting shot at, it would affect all of the vest and not a particular position of the vest, which is to be expected from a vest with only 6 haptic transducers, although I do enjoy using the Woojer Vest and the Woojer Strap Edge as a music listening experience, because the bass really gets you immersed into the music and hyped for those kicks, and it feels really nice and smooth. Yeah, I guess smooth works. Now, as of this video, this vest price tag is at 349 USD, and that is it for the Woojer side. Now let us hop into the bHaptics Tactsuit, as we close the first side, the other opens, and that is the bHaptics Tactsuit. As I said, particularly in my case, the X40 version of the vest. I got this vest not too long ago, actually, since last December of 2021. The Tactsuit X40 has 40 ERM haptic points, 20 on the front, 20 on the back of the vest, and it supports Bluetooth and wired play. This vest is much lighter than the Woojer with a 1.7 kilogram or 3.7 pounds. The Tactsuit X40 can be used outside of home and has support for other platforms, whether it's the phone or consoles, similar to the Woojer. The battery life ranges up to 18 hours, depending on what you set the feedback to within the application. Of course, the more sensitivity you set it to, the more battery life it takes. The comfort is actually really comfortable. I was actually really worried due to its design, looking at the images, yet the option to actually undo and stretch out the straps made it breathable and tight enough to be comfortable with, well, no discomfort at all. That's all the physical note. Now let's head to the in-game settings of the bHaptics Tactsuit. Before going into the games, the bHaptics Tactsuit requires a software to enable the haptics, at least to get pinpoint haptic feedback. This will automatically update and help stabilize the connection on the device to get the accurate feedback of the games, and you can adjust the feedback only within the setup compared to Woojer's physical buttons. As I stated, you can use this with just audio, which will allow you to get haptic feedback with music or other games, yet if you played games that have modded or native support for the Tactsuit, you will get the best sensation and the best gameplay of your life. You will get pinpoint accuracy of certain situations like a dragon's breath in Skyrim, being stabbed in Blade and Sorcery, or getting shot in Onward or Pavlov. There's absolutely no delay with these haptics, yet it is fairly limited as to where you are hit if you do not have other extensions such as the arms, head, feet, or hands. The only sad thing about the gaming experience is the limited games that natively support it or have mod support, yet that is related to the VR game and developers themselves. Playing with the audio portion of the software didn't feel too good. I didn't like it personally, as the haptics don't feel, I guess, natural from a music standpoint, especially from someone who has a wide variety of music, or that listens to a wide variety of music, from 50s music, funk music, and my most favorite, death metal and its subgenres. The haptic feedback from the audio standpoint of the Tactsuit just feels uncomfortable, as I said. The price tag for the Tactsuit X40 is 500 USD. It's fairly reasonable for what it gives you. And before going further, I want to thank Gramsy for shooting me in game several times, you know, telling him to shoot me in my nads, my chest, my pecs, whatever, and all that stuff. So thank you, Gramsy, for helping me test these vests. Now, these are both solid options, but clearly they differ despite doing the same thing. The pros of the Woojer being it's absolutely amazing audio feedback for music in all games. The physical adjustments to sensation and the volume were awesome, and it's obviously its cheaper price tag. The pros of the bHaptics Tactsuit is 40 precise haptic feedback points for getting shot or stabbed from a madman. The connectivity, comfortability, battery life, its weight, and honestly, I like the software. The cons of the Woojer: it's not comfortable for larger frames, at least for me. I don't like it personally. The battery life is much shorter than the bHaptics Tactsuit, but who's gonna wear a vest for 8 hours? Not me. The latency for the VR immersive experience is also lacking. As I stated, the recoil would shoot back a little late, and it just felt immersion breaking. And also the connectivity, particularly when using mixers. I just had a really rough time trying to connect it to the computer and using it with my mixer and so on, at least to test out the music portion of the video itself. Now, the cons of the bHaptics Tactsuit X40: the audio feedback feels unnatural and discomforting. As I stated earlier, it just doesn't feel right at all. It has a small library for Tactsuit support to get those precise haptic feedbacks when getting shot, stabbed, whatever, you know, and obviously the higher price tag, but as I stated, it's understandable for what you're getting. Another thing is the no physical adjustments for the sensitivity. As much as I would like to see that, it's not there. But my overall judgment on the two vests I personally enjoy both of them, obviously for different reasons, as I will state here shortly. Despite having the same premise, they both work excellent in their own way. I love the Woojer Vest for the audio feedback from the music standpoint, because it feels much nicer and more, I guess, tame. It feels really nice, especially if you want to get like a back massage while listening to your music. It works really good. Those haptic transducers are amazing. That's all I gotta say. Yet I don't like it for being immersed into gameplay. Maybe for desktop games, yet for VR, not so much, as I love to be immersed into the games of VR as much as possible. bHaptics Tactsuit does that really well. I 100% will use it as many times as I can for VR games, as I can get that immersive feeling of getting shot, stabbed, or being set ablaze, and it is just too damn good to ignore. Yeah, that is the only way I would really use the bHaptics, is to, well, be immersed into VR play, which was their intention all along. It is an essential part of my VR gear. That's all I have to say. But I love both. But after watching this video, do you now have a goal in mind for an immersive experience, or do you just want the best audio feedback? Let me know what you would choose between the two if you had the chance to get one. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you're interested in either of these two vests, I'll have links in the description for you, and decide what you want to grab. You can follow my socials via the link tree. It includes my Twitter, TikTok, and Patreon. And speaking of my Patreon, I want to take a small portion of the video to thank my patrons. They gained a special role in my Discord that indicates them being the first patrons, the La Primera Alma role. And I want to say thank you. Thank you so much for supporting me continuously. And that La Primera Alma role is limited to 10, and 3 of them are taken. So if you want them, there you go. You can support me for as little as $1 there, but don't forget that is basically a tip jar with some extra benefits. And you can do the same with YouTube memberships, your choice. If you do YouTube memberships, I believe you get stickers too for live streams. So again, it's up to you. Don't forget to join the Discord if you want to be up to date with my content, or to just chat with me and my fellow souls. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like the video, and it really helps me fight the YouTube algorithm, and it helps me get more exposure on the platform, because it really is getting hot out here, man. You know what I'm saying? If you're interested in other VR content as well as other hilarity, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell to get notified of those future videos. And one last thing is to keep your soul free.